All of your past videos are going to get more views. All of your future videos are going to get more views, and you're going to be successful on Instagram. And like I said, right now is the easiest time ever to grow on Instagram. There's a huge issue with the supply of content and demand of content on Instagram right now. So many new creators are coming onto this platform. So many advertisers, because of the recession, are not running ads, which is basically given more organic reach on Instagram for a really short window of time than there ever has been before. And if you're not taking advantage of this, you're not implementing everything that I share with you in this video, and you're not taking this opportunity seriously, and you're letting your mental state hold you back, then you are making one of the biggest mistakes that you possibly can. Because trust me, this organic reach and how easy it is to grow on Instagram right now, this is not going to last forever, and you need to listen up. You need to take this seriously, because trust me, it can change your life forever. Step number 2 is making sure that your content is targeting a niche. Now, I need to clarify this because there's going to be so many comments about this. If your niche is finance, you can talk about real estate. You can talk about mortgages. You could talk about crypto. You could talk about the stock market. You could talk about anything related to finance. The same thing when it goes to fashion. Same thing when it goes to music. Whatever your niche is, you can talk about all the different things in your niche. But what I don't need you doing, don't be one of those people talking about crypto, talking about gambling, talking about fashion, and then talking about the next trend next week. Do not be one of those people unless you are a news-related channel or strictly a trend-related channel, but otherwise, you need to have an actual clear niche that you're targeting, because once Instagram identifies your account as being finance or being fashion or being crypto, they're then going to judge your account based off all the other accounts on Instagram creating content like that. And if your content wants to get recommended, it needs to all be cohesive. If you make one video about sports betting and the next video about fashion and the next video about some other random thing, well, then Instagram's not going to be recommending your content, because they're not going to be able to say, oh, this audience that we have here is interested in finance content, so let's show them all of Timmy's content. That's not the way it's going to work if all of your content is fragmented and has absolutely nothing to do with each other. Now, I do want to warn you, step number 1 and step number 2 are incredibly important for the recommendations process, but if you skip step number 3 and step number 4, which I'm about to go over, then this whole entire video was useless, because you're not actually going to be getting to the meat and the bones of how Instagram is going to determine whether or not they're going to recommend your account. The third step that you need to take, you need to have a very clear bio. Now, in your bio, you need to have keywords that your audience is actually going to be interacting with. This is a huge mistake that so many creators on Instagram do, because they do a few things wrong. 1, they don't actually focus on the keywords. 2, if you go to their bio, you have absolutely no idea what that person does. And 3, they're not making their bios searchable. If you're an Instagram coach, or if you're a social media coach, or if you're a crypto person, or a finance person, or a mortgage person, or a fashion person, or a music person, or whatever you are, it needs to be very clear in your bio that that's what you are, because that's how Instagram is actually going to rank your account. That's how Instagram is going to return what niche you're in, and that is how Instagram is going to determine who they should be recommending your content to. Now, the fourth and most important thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is you need to make sure that you have a very clear hook in your content. Now, I need to clarify this. I say hook a lot in my content, but I want to go really deep here so that you actually understand what this is. Your hook needs to do 2 things on Instagram. 1, it needs to have the keyword that you're trying to rank for, the keyword that you're trying to get that audience for, the keyword that people are going to be interested for. It needs to be in your description, it needs to be in the text on the screen on your video, or it needs to be voiceover on your video, or it just needs to be very abundantly clear in your video. The second thing that it needs to do, it needs to invoke curiosity. Just saying, here are tips for growing on social media, or here are tips to get in shape, or here are tips from XYZ account, that is not a hook. That doesn't hook anybody in. That doesn't invoke curiosity. In fact, you just told the person what the video was about, so there's no point for them to watch the video. Hooks invoke curiosity. Whether it's for education, whether it's for value, you need to be hooking somebody in. You need to have them anticipate what